Hello, everyone. I all hope you had a very beautiful, wonderful weekend and a very blessed weekend on last week. And today I'm back. I'm back. I'm completely back today until Friday, which is until Friday, which is exactly what I told you. Until Friday, I'll be exactly finished. Then next week I'll continue then on Monday. So on today's episode, guys, we're here to talk about about a powerful, deadly assassin and supervillain known as Golden Knight, who is a high-ranking member of an ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five that decides the fate of humanity. That's decide the fate of humanity, and its goal is for it to rule and conquer all the known worlds, and also rule the sacred world and the sacred universe by any and all means exactly necessary, guys. By any and all means exactly necessary. In Golden Knight's early life, he was trained by his father, who was a Five Nation hunter who exactly battled against the monsters in his early life. Golden Knight's father became the most formidable warrior in the entire Five Nation Hunter history, able to exactly fight the monster and vanquish him back to the other dimension. He trained Golden Knight, able to exactly teach him the ropes of strategist, tactician, hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship and super strength, able to exactly train him with these abilities of super strength, super speed, super hearing, super hearing as well as training with guns, lasers, tasers, and all using the red and yellow orange dark box in order to open portals and teleportation, and to open portals to other dimensions and other worlds and other universes, such as the Golden Universe, Sacred Universe, Star Universe, Mixel Universe, Robotics Universe, and the other unknown universes of the Over Universe, and the other Power Universe, or the Dark Universe, which I haven't exactly mentioned to you guys, but I will exactly able to tell you about those other universes another time. Anyway, Golden Knight was trained by his father, able to exactly strictly train him in professional art, in martial artists, able to master swordsmanship and also strategist and tactician. Golden Knight became more powerful and more formidable. He grew a reputation within the sacred world, becoming the deadliest assassin and the deadliest supervillain. Golden Knight even waged war with the Four Nation Hunters in their quest to vanquishing monsters and the forces of evil within the sacred world in order to protect mankind. Golden Knight fought against the Four Nation Hunters in his quest to accelerantly speed up his reputation in the underworld and also in the sacred world and also in a sacred universe. In doing so, Golden Knight became more popular and more powerful and more feared within his reputation. He took down the Four Nation Hunters and was able to gravely injure them with his swords and with his blade. Golden Knight is very merciless and very ruthless mercenary who's not to be underestimated. He's very intelligent and very raw intellect. His father trained him and taught him the ways of hand-to-hand combat in the Five Nation ways. He taught him in the Five Nation ways or Four Nation Hunter ways. Even taught him the ways of becoming a hunter himself. Golden Knight was very skilled assassin with the abilities of a hunter and the abilities of a Golden Knight and the abilities of the Noten Knight, the orders and the members of the Orders of Darkness. His skills intercepted within him. With these skills intercepted within him, he became a more formidable foe and a more formidable adversary for the Four Nation Hunters and as well for the Alliance. The Four Nation Hunters and the Alliance quietly made sure that they put Golden Knight within their database, saying that he's a powerful, sacred adversary who cannot be underestimated. He's very skilled in hand-to-hand combat, and master tactician, and strategist. And in all aspects of his skills, he became the most deadliest foe in the Four Nation Hunter database, as well within the sacred world and as well within the sacred universe. After his father was quietly pronounced with news that he had suffered from a very horrible disease, Golden Knight was very quietly devastated with the loss of his father, very quietly devastated with the loss of his father, as he could never exactly recover from that. But in actual fact, he took his father's last word to becoming the most powerful deadliest assassin and the most greatly assassin that the entire world has never known and the rest of Sacred Society will ever fear from. Which Golden Knight exactly did exactly just that in order to fulfill his father's last word, and he did exactly just that. A few months later, the Order of the Five started dispatching, started extending invitations to few other members of super criminals and super villains in order for them to join their group and their ancient secret society in deciding the fate of humanity. Golden Knight was quietly sent. Shadowmaster sent in a special invitation to Golden Knight stating that he should join their group in deciding the fate of humanity. In that way, he could benefit and he could exactly benefit and gain more power and more influence within the underworld and within the rest of Sacred Society in doing so. Golden Knight happily obliged, and he quietly accepted Shadowmaster's invitation and was able to exactly join the members of the Order of the Five. He himself became a member of the Order of the Five that decides the fate of humanity and that wants to rule and conquer the rest of Sacred Society and the rest of the Sacred Universe and the rest of humanity by any and all means necessary, guys. Literally, guys, as in completely, literally, as in meaning necessary. Within the following years, Goldeneye attended a video conference with the members of the Order of the Five when Stillface and the Dark Druid and the other Dark Faithful presented them with a very powerful crystal, with a very powerful dark crystal that is currently healed from the blast radius, stating that it could exactly open up many doors and many gates and many doors and many gates and many doors and many gates to the other worlds and to the other civilization, and that it could exactly open more opportunities for them to control the sacred world and the sacred universe by any and all means necessary. Golden Knight was quietly present with Stillface on the 23rd of February as he was able to watch the Energy Goblin destroy the entire Shadow Empire factory, stating that this attack of the Energy Goblin could exactly pose as a great opportunity for the Order of the Five to strengthen its grip and tighten its grip to the very world of mankind and to controlling and manipulating all these events. Golden Knight even told Stillface that he should pay a visit to Kenny and Caroline in order to stand a warning from anyone else straying from the path of the Order of the Five. Stillface was able happily to oblige. Golden Knight even destroyed the Energy Goblin that was prepared to align with Warboy and also Harvey Kent Boy by using a special sonic gun that was able to exactly destroy the Energy Goblin, turning it into nothing but destroy elements of its crystals and rocks and shattered crystals and rocks, which was able to be eviscerated by a huge strong sonic gun. Warboy stated that whoever destroyed the Energy Goblin is someone worse and someone ruthless and someone ugly and very fearful, not to be underestimated or trifled with exactly. Golden Knight attended a video conference. With the members of the Order of the Five on March the 21 when Stillface told them that he was quietly proud working and serving for the Order of the Five and also helping them reaching to further their goals and to further their plans in controlling society and in controlling the rest of humankind and the rest of the sacred world and the rest of the sacred universe by any and all means necessary, which was happily able to oblige that his services will not. Golden Knight was able to say his services will never be forgotten and they'll never exactly be able to be forgotten by helping the cause fulfill its goal and its true objective, stating that without Stillface, the mission would still be impossible in order for it not to be achieved. And Shadowmaster said to Stillface that his services will always be required no matter what. And Stillface said himself that he is very happy and very pleased to working for the Order of the Five, that they quietly acknowledge him and they quietly acknowledge his skill set and his bravery and his actions to the organization and also to the Sacred Society and its goals and its mission to further his plans in controlling society and in controlling mankind and in deciding the fate of humankind by any and all means necessary. A couple of years passed after they all attended a video conference with Stillface and hearing upon the news of the Lolo Magic's demise Hearing upon the news of the Lolo Magic's demise at the hands of the Universal Heroes, which created a huge power vacuum, within the Shadow Empire, Every other Shadow Empire warlords and other commanders wanted to take the throne for themselves. Others pledged their allegiance to other secret societies of supervillains, such as the Founders, Order of the Six, Order of the Five, Order of the Seven, and the Galactic and the Sacred Circle. In doing so, exactly, the Russian Empire warlords and commanders reconvened with Golden Knight, stating that they pledged their allegiances and their loyalty to Golden Knight and the Order of the Five by any means necessary. Golden Knight exactly stated to the Shadow Empire commanders and warlords that they have to continue supplying them with destructive technology, and with powerful weapons in order for the assassins to be back to be getting ready for a war and to be preparing for a powerful sacred galactic war that might be approaching them sooner rather than later. The other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders exactly agreed on the matter, and they exactly agreed that they will exactly supply them an endless weapon and an endless destructive weapon. Golden Knight stated that he needs to prepare for a powerful ambush against Firebird's team, and he needs to take them out of the way, meaning rapidly out of the way. The other heroes rush back into the mountain, rush back to Snow Mountain, within a planet, able to exactly track the Notonite assassins on their last activities. When they reached the mountain, they found that the Notonite mysteriously vanished and was able to exactly pinpoint his location. But Earthboy, able to use his hidden powers connecting with the Earth, able to exactly use the vibration of the Earth and able to tracking the Notonite assassin. And I was able to exactly figure out that this was just been an ambush from the very, very beginning. And Golden Knight reappears, stating to the Universal Hero team that this is, after all, is an ambush, and this is the last time, and this is the greatest lost battle where they'll be wiped out. The other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders were strictly standing beside Golden Knight, and all the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders say that the Universal Heroes have to be wiped out. After all, they pose too much of a threat, and they've been compromising their plans for too long now. They have to be exterminated. The other assassins were equipped with Shadow Empire technology, were handily equipped with destructive Shadow Empire technology, preparing to wipe out and take out the Universal Heroes. Firebird and Earthboy decided to march their troops into a war by using a standardized technology, able to creating a huge magical barrier, within the mountain in order to fight the assassins and taking out the bad guys. Thanks to Block Lock, who is 10 times stronger, launches attack on the other members of the Earth Hero. The other assassins march the attack and attack the members of the members of Firebird's team. Firebird focused her attack on Golden Knight. Golden Knight was very quietly, swiftly able to evade Firebird's attack, able to concentrate and use his sword and able to battle Firebird. The two of them had a very, very strictly conversation. The two of them had a very, very strictly conversation as they were battling and fighting, stating that they were gonna wipe them out this time and this time for permanently. But Golden Knight was able to strictly disappear with the smoke disappearance. The Russian Empire warlords and commanders focused their attack on the other heroes. The other heroes were able to take down the villains and all the other bad guys, and were ultimately able to take them into custody, sending them straightly into the astral prison. Prison designed to hold supervillains and super criminals and rogue superheroes, but unaware that the astral prison was actually under the control of Professor War, who is also a supervillain and a secret member of the Founders, a secret organization dedicated to conquering and ruling the other worlds of the sacred universe and controlling mankind by any and all means necessary. He secretly released the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders from the astral prison, and the other noted assassins were quietly ultimately taken into custody. Firebird was quietly well aware of that, but she couldn't exactly prove this without any further evidence. Earthboy stated that Golden Knight and the other assassins were well prepared for them, and they exactly knew that they were coming. He said he proved that they have a mole or a spy within the team. Newborn stated that to them that there was no spy within the team or mole within the team, but stating that Golden Knight is very, 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 very smart and very, very intelligent. He cannot be underestimated by any and all means necessary. Golden Knight was quietly present when the members of the Order of the Five, known as Dark Light, Shadow Master, Goddess of Life, Ghost Boy, Dark Witch Girl, able to exactly raid a Shadow Empire factory, able to take all the assets, able to extract all the assets out, even all the experiments of the supernatural creatures of the vampires, werewolf, fairy witch, vampires, werewolf, fairy witch and pirates and monsters and unknown goblin monsters and creatures who are quietly in stasis pods and are able to exactly take them. Shadow Master stated that this pod, all these pods and all these experiments will still be very useful, and Golden Knight exactly applies that they still be very much quietly to be very useful indeed, as it could exactly prove much more use for them in order for them to further their own goals and to further their own goals and their ambition. Golden Knight held up a video conference on the 1st of March, 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 on the 1st of March with Black Sport, and congratulating with these efforts and with his work, and with congratulating with these efforts and his work. And Golden Knight was gladly present at the conference, stating that he did a very much a marvelous job, and a very much marvelous job, and a very much of a marvelous job, and a very much of a good work in destroying the rogue aliens who are trying to speed up their operation in taking some humans captive in order to study them and know about their origins, about their superpowers and their supernatural abilities, and stating that they are quietly pleased with these efforts and with these work, stating that he will remain an operative of the Order of the Five, and he will always remain as an associate of the Order of the Five. And Shadow Master was very quietly pleased and very quietly happy. So was Darklight, so was the other members of the Order of the Five, by any and all means necessary. Golden Knight was able to reconvene with the other members of the Shadow Empire within a dark room of a dark crystal, able to meet up with the next member of the Order of the Five, known as the Dark Druid, on the 13th of March, able to exactly tell the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to start conquering vast worlds and vast civilizations by any and all means necessary, while the Universal Heroes are distracted with the war with the other Shadow Empires and warlords and commanders, and with the Intergalactic Coalition concentrating its focus, taking its focus and its concentration straight into the battle against the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders by any and all means exactly necessary, which they were happily applied. A huge number of battle cruisers and warships fleet was starting to approach the other worlds and other planets, but unaware that the Universal Heroes and the United Heroes and also the Universal Space Heroes and Intergalactic Coalition were well aware of that. They were able to take the battle and the war straightly. Into the unknown fleet of battle cruisers into the unknown fleet of battle cruisers that was quietly commanded by the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders. The battle between the two sides was quietly enormous, as there were enormous amounts of casualties. The Intergalactic Coalition was able to decimate a fraction of the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders' battle cruisers and the warships across space, Golden Knight was able to watch from the monitors that the battle was quietly completed, as the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders unsuccessfully failed with their mission and with the task provided to them to conquering the other worlds in the other civilization, and he was very quietly displeased with this outcome. He was able to meet with the Dark Druid, another member of the Order of the Five, stating that their plan was quietly blown up and was quietly a waste of time in conquering other worlds. The other Dark Druid stated that no, the plan wasn't quietly blown up. In fact, it was quietly the wise and good idea in order to try and stretching their luck in testing the Intergalactic Coalition resources and the Universal Heroes resources and the United Heroes and the United Heroes and the Universal Space Heroes and the Universal Defending Heroes, in order to see how powerful and how stronger and how persistent they are, and they can never be underestimated by any and all means necessary. The Dark Druid was able to inform a group of other dark magic users known as the Seconds, who are powerful dark magic users who formerly worked for the Shadow Empire, who now become associates of the Order of the Five, telling them that it's time to attack. It's time to unleash their attack on the Intergalactic Coalition, which is exactly what they did. The United Heroes were able to intercept the attack. Magic Man was able to use his magical powers and his abilities with the other Universal Magic Heroes, able to exactly fight off the group of dark magic users known as the Second. The battle was quietly conclusive. The battle was very quietly conclusive, as both sides never suffered any enormous amount of injuries. except for the seconds who were quietly enormously decimated from the battle. They used their dark magic in order to spread dark magic energy and dark lightning energy across the other worlds and across the other planets. But the universal magic heroes and magic men were able to intercept the seconds and were able to fight with them. Some of them were quietly decimated. Others of them were able to quickly teleport away. Some of them were able to survive during the battle. The other members of the heroes, the other members of the member of the United Hero known as Magic Men and the Universal Magic Heroes are able to intercept some of the seconds, were able to take some of them into custody. Some of them were able to escape. One of them was able to reconvene. One of them was able to reconvene with the Dark Druid and with Golden Knight on the 23rd of March, stating that the battle against the members of the other members of the other heroes was quite conclusive, and they quietly anticipated them, and they quietly knew that they were coming. Golden Knight states that this doesn't exactly matter, as a tactics won't exactly as a tactics and a work won't exactly at full scale, but they didn't exactly go down without trying for an every inch, as a operation could never exactly go down. But Golden Knight became more angry and became more pissed, as he hated seeing the Universal Heroes and the Magic Universal Heroes and the United Heroes intervene and interfere with these plans, in ruling the other worlds and the other planets again across the known universe and across the sacred universe and across the sacred world. That he stated that it's time for phase 2 by any and all means necessary. He was able to attend a video conference with the other members of the Order of the Five, on the 1st of April. When Darklight stated that their tactics and a plan could have easily worked, but the planning wasn't quietly footed long, as another alien race, as another unknown alien race known as a Harvikan Core, which is quietly Harvikan Core is an alien empire race that is far different from the Shadow Empire Lord Shadowjack's empire, that is quietly made to conquer vast worlds and vast planets and vast universes, and that is quietly ruled by Lord Havoc. It is under the control of Lord Havoc. The Harvikan Core Empire is dedicated in conquering many worlds and many worlds across the vast universe, across the vast universe, and across other universes and across other galaxies, which they were able to use a Harvikan Core resources and power and influence to control the war and to manipulate the war to advantage. Golden Knight was very successfully quietly pleased with this method and with this tactic, and he was successfully very quietly happy that the United Heroes were quietly distracted to fighting the Harvikan Core Empire and the rest of their forces and the rest of their army and the rest of their forces and army by any and all means necessary. Golden Knight was able to meet up with the Harvikan Core's top enforcer, on the 3rd of April. Able to watch the Shadow Empire warlords battle each other as they all reconvene, as they're able to watch the Shadow Empire warlords battle each other, within for the throne and for the ascension of the throne, stating that this battle could exactly cause a new threat, could cause new threats to emerge from other worlds and from other planets and from other civilizations in order to take advantage of the power vacuum. The top enforcer of the Harvikan Core stated that the Harvikan Core Empire will conquer the known universe and will conquer the other worlds by conquering planet Earth and by conquering humanity, and it will do so and it will achieve this goal by any means necessary. The war between the Harvikan Core and the Shadow Empire is too complicated, guys. It is too complicated, very complicated, as in literally complicated. Guys, it's so literally complicated, guys. Literally complicated. I mean, the Shadow Empire and the Harvikan Core Empire are two different empires that have been at war with each other for centuries, literally for centuries, fighting to control and conquer the galaxy and also the sacred world and the sacred universe. They have always competed against each other, and Golden Knight and the Order of the Five are taking advantage of that competition the Order of the Five and Golden Knight are taking advantage of that competition in order to further their own plans and their own interest by any and all means necessary, guys. Golden Knight was very quietly pleased to meet with the top enforcer of the Harvikan Core, stating that the plan would exactly continue as originally planned, and he and his members of the Order of the Five will be very successfully pleased with the Shadow Empire's downfall and seeing the Harvikan Core Empire rise from rise from the ashes in order to claim its rightful galactic power in controlling the galaxy and the rest of sacred existence by any and all means necessary. The Topping Force was successfully proudly pleased with this news and was exactly beneath himself, very quietly beneath himself. The Universal heroes were able to fight some of the other Shadow Empire warlords, able to calm down, able to try to calm down the crisis from all sizes when the other Shadow Empire warlords launched the attacks on other worlds and other planets. But due to their intervention, they were able to prevent worlds from being destroyed and from being disintegrated. Golden Knight met the other Shadow Empire warlord, the other Shadow Empire warlord known as Warlord Power was able to meet up with Golden Knight on the 21st of April, stating that the Universal Heroes have taken the bait and that the operation is quietly going smoothly and quietly going according to plan, and the heroes are quietly have no idea exactly what's coming or what horror is exactly coming. Golden Knight stated that he was very quietly successfully pleased with this and was very quietly happy. He told the Shadow Empire warlord known as Warlord Power that his operation was a very successful work and that the plans can now continue without any interference by any and all means necessary. GoldenEye was able to reconvene with the members of the Order of the Five at the exact same day, telling them that the plan is quietly going quietly as planned as usual. Everything else is falling out quietly according to plan. The Goddess of Life was even quietly pleased. So was Shadow Master and Ghost Boy and Shadow Fox and the Dark Druid and the Dark Faithful and the Notin Knight and Notin Knight and Notin Knight and Notin Knight, whatever that Notin Knight name, which I quietly forgot about his name, and Ghost Boy, they were all successfully pleased. Ghost Boy asked the question, and will this operation be a successful work, and will it be a successful operation in order for them to definitely grip across the known worlds and across the known civilization? Golden Knight stated successfully yes, but he came to tell the members of the Order of the Five that there's a new threat emerging, of the new little magic and this new secret society that is quietly controlling and manipulating the war to their advantage, stating that it could pose a greater threat to the operations and to their goals. Darklight stated to Golden Knight that no, the new threat of the new Lola magic will not pose a threat to their mission or to the operation. Instead, it'll further their interests and their goal by any and all means necessary. With the Shadow Empire falling down and losing its reputation, this is a perfect time to take advantage of it and use its power for their own interests in order to control mankind and deciding mankind's fate, and which is exactly what they did. The other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders fought each other, battled each other for power and for control of the other worlds, trying to exactly control a section of the universe, and also the known universe, which were able to create a huge ruckus and a huge battle across the galaxy. And the other alien clans and other alien civilizations also wanted the power of the Shadow Empire, also wanted the power of the Shadow Empire in order to use it for their own advantages, which is exactly what they did. The other aliens empire took advantage of the war between the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, using their power against them in order to reconquer vast civilizations and territories, and which is exactly what they did. The other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders waged war with each other, battling each other for the throne, realizing that the new world of magic and his new secret society is highly active and it's highly real as it is, and it's still trying to exactly control and rule the Shadow Empire for its own interests. The other Shadow Empire warlords commanders decided they cannot exactly let this happen by any means necessary. They decided that it's time for them to become the new Lord of Magic, and it's time for them to rule the Shadow Empire by itself. They let them become the new Lord of Magic and let them lead the Shadow Empire for itself and for its own interest, in order to further their own interests and their goals and their own activities. The Intergalactic Coalition was able to intervene from the ruckus of the battle against the Shadow Empire warlords who were fighting each other, and was able to exactly take some of them into custody. Some of them were able to reconvene with Golden Knight, stating that the plan is quietly working accordingly as planned. As the Intergalactic Coalition took the bait, so did the United Heroes as they did, and they were able to exactly take some of them into custody, and their plans are quietly falling in place. Golden Knight stated that Zuko, who is known as a powerful Formation Hunter, is about to return sooner or later, and his new secret society is going to restore order and justice. And he said that that is just to their advantage, and he said that that could exactly work in their favor, and Golden Knight was successfully pleased and very happy. Despite this, guys, Golden Knight is very merciless, ruthless, cruel, manipulative, patient, sometimes impatient, skilled in master tactician, strategist, forming an alliance with other powerful super criminals such as Goddess of Life, Shadow Master, Dark Light, Shadow Fox, Dark Witch Girl, and Ghost Boy Noten Knight, Noten Knight Assassin, Noten Knight Assassin, Noten Knight Assassin, and the other unknown, and the other members known as the Dark Druid and the Dark Faithful and the Dark Witch, able to exactly forming an alliance with the members of the Order of the Five in order to further his own agenda and his own interests in order to grow his reputation within the underworld and within the sacred world, making him more powerful, and more formidable. According to the Phoenician Hunter database, Golden Knight cannot be underestimated as he clashed and fought with the Phoenician Hunters for centuries, for many centuries and for many years. He fought with them and he quietly despises the Phoenician Hunters. His top competitor within the game is Ghostmaster. Is Ghostmaster and Black Knight and Silver Knight. He actually hates those. He actually hates these super criminals and he despises them because they are always competing against each other, as well as Black Mask, who is a father of Ghostmaster. They are always competing against each other. These super criminals will always do whatever it takes to compete against each other. But Golden Knight is very ambitious, very determined in order to use the power and the influence that he has to controlling the Noten Knight Empire for his own benefit. He trained some of the other Noten Knight assassin as he's now a high-ranking member of the Order of the Five. And on behalf of the Order of the Five, he decided to train some of the other Noten Knight assassin, using them for his own plans and using them for his own plans to further his own interests and his goals by any and all means. As I said, which is exactly what he did. He's a super strategist and a super tactician. Clever, smart, raw intellect, forming an alliance with the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, and the other Shadow Empire warlords and commanders forming an alliance with him in order to join, they're utilizing their resources for his ultimate goal and for the ultimate goal of the Order of the Five and its organization and also and its secret society to further its plans and its goals and its interests in controlling mankind and the sacred world and the sacred universe and all the other universes. Despite this, Golden Knight hates Universal Man. He despises him. He doesn't like him. He's quietly cool, stubborn, blunt, just like his father, much more like his father, who was once a Five Nation hunter and a merciless assassin, trained in the art of martial art. Very deceptive, and very destructive. Golden Knight likes to battle, guys. He likes to fight in hand-to-hand combat. His top arch enemy is United Man and Sacred Man. He always hates those two superheroes who are the members of the United Heroes. He always hates them and he's willing to take them down. And he even has a thirst for a rematch against Vargo, who is a member of the Alliance, who's a member of the New Alliance and a member of the Universal Hero, who's a Four-Nation Hunter. Vargo is quite determined to take down Golden Knight by any means. The two of them are quietly eager to finish. The two of them are quietly eager to finish their rematch and clash each other on their rematch. Despite this, Golden Knight is very manipulative and very clever, smart, deceptive, and very intelligent. He is not meant to be underestimated, guys. He is not meant to be underestimated. Golden Knight is very evil and very cruel in nature. His cruelty comes from his father. He learned that from his father throughout the hard way. He's very skilled in swordsmanship, master tactician, super strength, super speed, super hearing, super speed, hand-to-hand combat, and also strategist and tactician. Very smart, sharp, raw intellect and raw intelligence inside this brain, forming an alliances with other powerful assassins within the Noten Knight Empire to further his ambition and also his goal, for his own goal and for his purposes, using his power and his influence to control the underworld and the sacred world, to control the underworld through the sacred world, and controlling the war between the monsters and the Four-Nation Hunters for his own interests and for the interests of the Order of the Five and for the interests of the Order of the Five and for the interests of the organization's goals and needs and also ends. Golden Knight is merciless, guys. Very merciless. Not meant to be underestimated. Not meant to be underestimated. Well, guys, I all hope you'll have a wonderful day and a very blessed day. The sky's up. It's so beautiful. The sun has been up, and I'm preparing to do my walk and doing what I'm doing exactly always. I'll see you tomorrow on the next episode, which I'll be able to exactly speak about. And I hope you enjoy your day, and I hope you enjoy this episode. And I all hope you'll stay safe and you'll stay warm and you'll stay good and you'll stay happy and healthy. So see you tomorrow, guys. Bye. Bye.